So welcome to 9 Weeks with the Natural Way to Draw. Go ahead and share my screen so you can check out our group website that I'm pretty sure everyone here has already joined. And the home page, if you're ever looking for it, is actually school.jessicaantonelli.com. And you're going to know you're here whenever you see the purple bar at the top of the page once you're logged in. When you do come to our homepage, you'll be able to post your work. You can see here Diane's been posting her daily paintings. We get to drop in and comment. So this is for anything that you're working on. So for example, if Josh is working on a comic and he wants to just get some more feedback on it, you could post it here by adding this little plus sign and we could say, hey, great job. All the fun this course is going to happen here in 9 Weeks with the Natural Way to Draw. You might see this button. You can just click that. It's our featured class of the moment. And this is where you're going to get all of the lessons, the resources, everything you need to go through this course. Just really briefly, I'm about to dive into the overview and how we can go through week 1. And then we're actually going to do the lessons and draw this evening. But I wanted to also mention that over here on the sidebar, if you look at the table of contents, that's going to give you this overview of each of the lessons. But if you go to the activity feed, that's where you're going to see people's posts whenever they add their drawings. So when it's time for you to do your homework, this is from the last time we did this class ages ago, Diane with a fabulous portrait. This is where we see your artwork. So there are those two main sections of the course, and yeah, they're at your disposal. So check them out. So I want to go over the overview with you today. And an interesting thing to know about using Mighty Networks, whenever you open a page, I'm sure you noticed it's a little different. You get like a half screen most of the time. If you click this little gray button, that'll give you full screen with the course outline to the left. So kind of nice sometimes to see it full screen. And I really encourage you to take the time to read through the full introduction. This might answer any, small detailed questions of how this is going to roll out. The most important thing to know, though, is that for the next 9 weeks, every Tuesday, we're going to have this Zoom call. You are going to get a drawing guide with your homework for the week. And your homework is to draw for 5 days a week, 30 minutes a day, using the techniques that we learn each week from Nicolaides. And what I've done is I've taken the year-long course from his book and just condensed it down to 9 weeks, which is, I think, long enough to develop a habit and really get a good taste of his genius. So drawing materials needed or recommended are all listed out here. Honestly, though, if all you have is paper and a pen, that's great, or a pencil. But very important, this is something I'd like you all to check out. Click here to download a copy of The Natural Way to Draw. This book has been around a really long time, so it's in the public domain. And I would recommend that you save this to your computer or tablet or whatever you have, or I don't know about printing it out, that's probably not necessary. But this is what everything that we're doing is based on. If you are so inclined, you could go ahead and read the entire text. There's a lot of it, so that resource is there for you. And then there's a little bit more if you want to add the app to use this course. That's really handy. And it's got a little bit more instructions on how to make sure that you can always log in really easily. And just wanted to bring to your attention, it would be wonderful if you get a chance to give a little donation for the class. So if you want to click right here, thank you so much to those of you who already have, really appreciate it. It helps make sure that I can keep making this class higher quality. So suggested donation, $9 for our 9 weeks together. So yeah, thanks if y'all get a chance to do that. And I just clicked onto the next section for where we're going to begin this evening with week number 1 of 9 weeks with the Natural Way to Draw. So I've got a little modernized version of the drawing schedule that Nicolaides created for his students. Now, when you come here in the course, you can actually download the PDF by clicking here, So if that's easiest for you, it's kind of nice to have your own copy if you want to print it, for example. It's right there ready for you. And what we're going to do is each day for your 5 days, you're going to be going down the columns here, following the time schedules that are on the left. So for day 1, you would do a 5-minute contour, a 10-minute contour, and a 15-minute contour drawing. Day 2, contour, and then 2 gestures. And we're going to dive into what those lessons actually are in just a moment. So each week you'll get a new schedule, and that will keep you busy, 30 minutes a day for 5 days a week. And at the end of each day, we encourage you to post at least one of your drawings. Not necessarily all of them, but at least one is great. But more importantly, this is something you can return to later on. The lesson next is the essential exercise, contour drawing. So this is what we are about to do together. I'm going to just review everything really quickly, and then we'll actually stop and bust out our pens or pencils and draw together. But first, what is contour drawing? This is really what Nicolaides is known for, or even if you don't know Nicolaides, you know a contour drawing. I don't know a single art class that I've been in that didn't include contour drawing. And I used to hate contour drawing when I was in school. It's all about outlines. Let me describe it, and you can see why I hated it so much.
You assume that we took art classes.
Oh, I'm sorry. So, well, y'all are about to be in the art class, so you'll see but whether you like it or not, it's great exercise. So we're going to choose something to draw. I've got some models lined up for us tonight. And here's the real magic of Nicolaides' method. What we're going to do, we're actually going to start by drawing a hand. You are going to place the point of your pencil or pen on the paper and imagine that your pencil point is touching the model instead of the paper. So Nicolaides was very strict about this. Wait until you are absolutely convinced that the pencil itself is touching the point on the model upon which your eyes are fastened. So that's a quote straight from the book. This is where mentally we skip the connection of like thinking through like, oh, am I doing this right? Am I doing that right? Trying to really align what our eyes are looking at and what is coming out on the page with as little interference from this whole thing, our brains, as possible. We are going to draw without looking at the paper. So this is a blind contour drawing. This is what trips a lot of people out, but please also remember that that means there's no pressure. We all know you're not allowed to look at the paper, so don't get hung up on it needing to look a certain way. It's more about the process, not about the product. According to Nicolaides, the pencil should move very slowly, so slowly, like 10 to 15 seconds an inch, exactly coordinating with the pencil with the eye. So your eye is like very slowly tracing. In this case, we'll be drawing a hand, the lines around the hand as your eye is moving. Some people like to do a faster contour drawing. And I'm not going to take away points if you find yourself moving faster, but the challenge is to go as slowly as possible. And when Nicolaides did these lessons, he would sometimes do a single blind contour drawing for up to an hour, which is pretty mind-boggling. Now you can pick up the pencil. There are exceptions whenever you reach the natural endpoint of the line that you're drawing. So for example, say you're drawing a hand and you finish the thumbnail, maybe you feel like you really need to pick up that pen to get to the new point on the page, at which time you would stop and look up and readjust. So there are some moments that you can look at the drawing and move your pencil. But the idea is less rather than more. So that is the idea. You can even check out some of the excerpts directly from The Natural Way to Draw. And here are some examples from last year when we did this, although this was before I realized how slowly you were supposed to go. So I was going pretty quickly when I did some of these gesture drawings here. So I'm going to get out of this real quick. And does anybody have any questions? I'm going to go ahead and unmute us all, or unmute yourself if you are so inclined. Any questions before we start drawing? I'm going to be putting a model up on the page screen in just a moment.
I have a question. Is this supposed to be just an outline, or are we supposed to give definition to the, let's say you have your hand closed, a fist. Are you supposed to go down and draw each finger, or are you supposed to just do the outside of a
Yeah. Great question. And in fact, Gail, that makes me think I should do a quick demonstration. Would that be helpful?
Yes, it would.
Great.
Great.
Okay. So I'm just going to pull myself up a model. So the answer is we are focusing on just the line work. And I'll do a quick 1 minute hand drawing. Y'all can see me all right?
Yep.
Okay. So I'm looking at the hand I'm drawing. Imagine this is fast forwarding, we'll be going slower. But every time I see a line that intersects the line that I'm drawing, I'm just going to stop in and curve in and draw that line exactly where I'm seeing it. So it kind of just depends on what lines intersect according to the hand that you're looking at or the model that you're looking at. And you would, like, for example, here, you might pick up your pen and say, okay, I'm ready to find the next point. But the less that you pick up your pen from the page, the better.
It's a little misleading that you're looking at the paper so many times, because
Right.
that's not what we're supposed
That's
to do.
true. Yeah, don't do that. Thank you, Judith. But as far as like when to pick up the pen, yes, normally it would be completely blind.
But you'd almost have to pick it up in order to have a single line outlining each finger in this case. Otherwise, you're crossing over, going back over a line you've already drawn if you're not supposed to either look or pick up your pen.
You know, actually, that can be very helpful, retracing back over the same line. So don't worry about thinking like, oh, I'm only allowed to have one line in any one given place. If you do happen to be in a spot on a drawing where you have to trace back over the line, that's going to hone your ability to, you know, draw accurately even better. So I'd say, you know, try out a couple of different ways, see what seems to work for you. If there's like a question of when do I need to pick my pencil up, we can talk about that after we do the first round. So if everybody is ready, or any other questions before we get started, we're going to do a 1 minute blind contour drawing. And I'm going to share my screen. You can see our model. So let me see, we'll do, this is from the website Line of Action. Oops. Can everybody see this hand all right?
Yes.
Great.
Yeah.
All right, fantastic. So I'm going to set the timer. I'll tell you when I begin. And your goal is to do a blind gesture drawing. I promise I won't cheat this time. Don't look at your paper. Moving slowly every time you see a line. This is very linear focused exercise. Follow it, and that's it. All right, 1 minute is on the clock, and begin. Oh, goodness, sorry. I paused it.
Hey.
And that is time. Okay, so this is my scribble. We're going slowly and does anybody want to share? Let me see. Josh, just saw. Go ahead. Sweet. Oh my gosh, show off. Beautiful.
You really didn't look at the paper? Wow.
No, that's beautiful.
Wow.
Ooh, I see Bob. Let me pop you up here. Very nice, Bob. Excellent work. Very nice with the texture of the fingers there. Judith, oh no, your background is covering yourself up, so we can't see your drawing. So you might have to take your background off, Judith. But Madeline, I see you.
Oh, nice.
Very nice.
Wow.
It's really good.
Yay. Excellent work. Marjorie, I see you. Let's see. There we go. Yes. Wait, hold it up a little bit more. Or maybe back farther away from the camera. There it is. Okay, there we go. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, got some good curvy palm of the hand lines there. Oh, Diane, I see you. Let me pop you up here. Excellent. Now, yeah, I see some people are speeding along, and I will at least. Oh, thank you, Judith. I see yours now.
Very unsuccessful.
Ooh, no, I love that. Very cool. That's what it's supposed to look like, everybody. Naomi, let me get you up here. Thanks for being patient. Beautiful work, Naomi. You got a fingernail in there. That is amazing. For blind? Oh my goodness. Susu.
I'm in my drawer.
Nice. Yeah. Goodness gracious. Such a natural. And Linda, I saw you had yours up there. Gorgeous.
Wow, that's great.
Good.
Yay.
Zach.
I went very slow.
Good. Very slow. But you know that single line says a whole lot. I see all the little creases in the knuckles. I think Nicolaides would be proud.
Oh, thanks.
And Gail.
I went fast, I think.
Yeah.
It got a little squashed.
But very nice. I'm liking what I see. Great work, everybody. All right, we did it. That was our first contour drawing. I tell you what, just for the sake of time, let's go ahead and introduce gesture drawing. I want to make sure we get a chance to learn together and go over any questions about what gesture drawing is. That's our other big activity of the week. And then we can spend whatever extra time we have doing more drills. So when you are here in the course, you're going to go over to the gesture drawing lesson. Oh, gesture drawing, this is a lot of fun. Our quote from Nicolaides, feel the movement of the whole form in your whole body. So I think one of the reasons Nicolaides' method is so revolutionary is he asks us to tune into our other senses besides just trying to think and rationalize through things. So with the gesture drawing, it's all about movement, the gesture of the form. And we will be using a model, a nude model, if everybody's okay with that. So I'll show you in just a moment here also how to get to the website where we find our models. But the trick to gesture drawing is it's going to be quick. It's going to be a minute or less. And again, we do not take our pencil or pen off the paper as we draw. He says to draw loosely, impelled by the sense of action that you feel. And what I think the most important thing to remember is that don't draw what the thing looks like. Don't even draw what it is. Draw what it is doing. And actually the name of the website that we use to find our models is called the Line of Action. That was influenced by this idea of gesture drawing, that we're drawing the action of the figure, not the figure itself. And he says, the final drawing might appear completely meaningless to an outside observer, but that is okay. So take some time to check out all of these, the further readings by Nicolaides. But whenever you're doing this exercise at home, what you're going to do is you can either click here or you can go directly to the website Line of Action. It's line-of-action.com. And this is going to take you right to the figure study tool. So here you can say, I want only nude models. We'll say both female and male models. And in this case, we're going to choose sessions all the same length for 60 seconds each. So as Nicolaides said, 60 seconds or less. Once you're ready, you're going to click Get Drawing, and you'll have 1 minute with each of these models. So I'm just going to pause this real quick while we get ready. So let's go ahead and, why don't we do 2 gesture drawings before we break and share what we've worked on. So we're going to do 2 gestures, about 1 minute each. Again, trying to draw the flow of action as opposed to worrying about, does this look like the form, the figure. So, everybody ready? Oh, go ahead.
Do we keep looking at the model? We don't look at our page again?
Great question. You are allowed to look back and forth between the model and the page. Thank you.
But keep the pencil on the page the whole time.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Okay, 1 minute begins now. We'll do 2 models. And honestly, 1 minute might be long for a lot of these gestures. So if you end early, that's fine too. And next model. And that's time. Pretty crazy practice. And I just noticed that how important that quote from Nicolaides is. He says to almost imagine that you were in the position of the model. Like, what would it feel like if you were making that pose? And that can actually help. So I'll show you my scribbles. My guy right here looks very scribbly, like a little wire statue, and finding the movement in the figure here. So there you have it. Anybody else want to show off your gestures? Bob? Yep. Oh, that's beautiful, Bob. Wow, very nice.
I'll show mine.
Julian, I see you. Hold on. Let me pop this big. Excellent, excellent. Yeah, and
Can't see it.
it's a little light because it's pencil.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice.
Yeah, especially how you got like the line of the spine in there. One thing to remember, and it is tricky bouncing back and forth between contour, which is all about the outline and the edge, And then gesture, which is all about the interior and the movement, is you don't have to worry about getting the outline with gesture as much. So something to consider.
Could I ask you, I want to ask you a question. When you do the gesture, you're not doing a contour, you're doing, I know you're looking for the feeling, but you're not expressing it in the contour. It's more the details within the body?
Yes, and more so than the detail, it's the movement. And let me show you a quick image from Nicolaides that I found helpful. It's a drawing of actually, I think I put it in the lesson. So here it is. In a contour drawing, you touch the edge of the form. So here we have the bow, and it's as if you're tracing with your eye the outline, every little line, the linear details that pop out. That's contour. Whereas same drawing with a gesture drawing, it doesn't even look like a bow really. Instead, we see the action of what it feels like to be a bow being wrapped around itself. So it's a very abstract concept that we're trying to draw. We're trying to draw movement, and of course the drawing is still. So
right, cool. That's we're still kind of doing contour.
Sorry?
Sorry, we're just looking at what we were doing.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought that.
So this is one reason I wanted to do this, because this is very different from any, because I come from I usually use shapes to build figures and things like that.
Absolutely.
And so this is, or at least like, start with a stick figure or stick skeleton kind of, which is like, this is kind of like almost do that. But anyway, this is what I ended up doing, which it's scribbly, but I still was focusing on the outlines, and so I'm having to like reprogram a little bit that there's some motion in there, but I don't think that's exactly what I think I could.
Josh, for you, you'll be able to start thinking in terms of the weight of the figure. I think that's something you end up thinking about a lot of the times when you're blocking out the more traditional way that you've been practicing. So yeah, a lot of the times for me, thinking of where the weight, what it would feel like to actually be that model, like certain stretches can be helpful. Judith, you look like you had a comment.
I was just going to say that I'm a very tight line architectural drawer, the exact opposite of this. Really, the exact opposite. And the first week of this is going, for people who haven't done it, can be really scary. Like, I can't do this, but it's amazing how in a week the progress changes. So I think that you'll find it very interesting.
Thank you, Judith. Yeah, it's a big help having people who've been through the other side.
Oh, I thought I couldn't do it. Remember, I was like, I'm giving up. I'm giving up.
Oh, Judith, you would get mad. Now she's all like, it's great. But it's challenging. It's frustrating. I mean, it's real. Yeah, when you feel like you don't even understand what you're supposed to be doing, and there's strange instructions. So if you have any doubts, not only ask questions here, but we're also always available for you in the little course. You can ask questions and comment and get any feedback you need. So shall we do one more maybe contour drawing before we call it a night? Okay. Excellent. So I'm going to go ahead and would y'all prefer a hand model or a figure? There's going to be a lot of figure drawing in the class, just FYI. Hands? Okay, great. Okay, so we're going to do a longer. I'm going to go ahead and put a 5-minute timer on for a hand drawing. And that, by the way, is the end of that. At the very end of the course here, you see the drawing guide again if you want to download it, but that's all we have here. So join you later, line of action. And when you go to line of action, it's such a great website. You've got the option to go between figure drawing, they've got animals, hands and feet, and faces and expressions, and scenes and environments. So we'll be doing hands and feet, hands only. And we're going to do a 5-minute hand. Everybody ready? So this is the blind contour
Oh,
drawing.
jeez.
Blind. That was an excited oh geez. Good time.
Yeah.
It sounded like cheese.
We can have a cheese reward after.
Or, yes.
Okie dokie. Is this one good?
Try another one.
Yeah, try another one.
No,
No.
no, no.
Actually, well,
I
no.
like the first one.
Yeah, let's go back to the first one. Okay.
Oh. Okay.
All right, 5 minutes begins now. Slow for this one. Otherwise, you won't have anything to draw. Unless you just draw your own hand afterward.
There's an arrow moving around on it.
Oh, sorry. One minute left. And that is time.
Oh, we're getting finished.
Oof.
I know, right? Wow, it's all coming back to me. So interesting how you get into this like Zen-like state. So there's one.
Oh my God. That's so.
Wow.
Not
Oh my God.
done
That's
well.
why she's the teacher.
Madeline, I see you. Oh wow!
Wow.
Yes.
Goodness gracious! Excellent work. So what so many people are doing a great job of is you see these textural details. Great, Bob, of the little digits and indents of where each little phalange or whatever it's called. Nice, Judith. Beautiful. Really elegant gesture to that hand also. Diane, I see you. Thanks, you guys, for holding your things up. Beautiful, Diane.
So,
One thing I
right.
love is you start to recognize how even in just line work,
Oh.
everybody has their own sort of style. Very cool. Nice, Josh. Ooh, yeah. Look at you. Zach. Excellent. Good. I can see you're going slow. Very important. You made it. Susu. Goodness gracious, Susu. I'm so excited for you. Susu's such a new to the arts person, and she's just on a roll. Carol.
Yeah, I did one that was really just
Ooh,
pretty fast, and then I did another one.
excellent. And that's so wonderful to do if you find that, especially when we get into the homework, which sometimes is up to 30 minutes, and you just finish, just do another one until the full time is up. Naomi.
That's what I did. I did a whole bunch of them.
Oh, great. Great.
Oh,
Like
wow.
3.
Excellent work. Gail. Oh, very
Oh,
nice.
that's good.
Very nice.
Really a lot
Great
of
fingers.
like tension in the fingers. It's like they're holding something. That's really cool. Linda, I saw you dropped out for a little bit. I don't know if you missed it.
Yeah, but I thought we were still doing gesture drawings, so
Oh,
I did it as a gesture drawing.
well, that's good practice too. Cool. Did I get everybody who wanted to show off? Alrighty, everyone. Well, that brings us to the end of our call for the evening. I just want to make sure that you know where to go to get your drawing homework. So I'm going to share that one more time. Let me get out of here. And you'll go to our course. Here, I'm just going to mute a couple people here for posterity. Okay, so whenever you're here in the course, The Natural Way to Draw, you'll see that green bar across the top. Week 1 drawing guide will get you what you need. That'll take you straight to the week 1 drawing guide. I've also emailed your drawing guide to you, and I believe if you click the header where it says week 1, you also have the ability to download the file and see the lesson outline as well, and all the lessons there. So that's week 1, and just to go over, you can either start today or tomorrow. It's open, and so there's no rule saying what day of the week you have to do your drawing homework. But for 5 days between now and next Tuesday, you're going to want to sit down and do on one day 5-minute contour, a 10-minute contour, and a 15-minute contour. It can be from our website, or it could be any object or any photograph that you're looking at. So a still life or anything at all. So the contour is very open. Now, when you get to day 2, after your 5-minute contour drawing warm-up, you will need to find ideally a figure from our figure drawing website for the gesture drawings. And the rest of the week is just a combo of either gesture or contour drawings. So,
All right, I have a question.
yes.
Are we doing 7 drawings of the same picture or 7 different drawings?
Probably 7 different drawings would be a little bit more fun.
Did you say that you emailed the coursework for the week?
I did. I'm hoping that you received it.
No, I just
So-
checked.
Okay. I'll check into that, Judith, because I actually have sent you a couple emails, particularly
Earlier today.
that I might be going into your spam folder, but let me know. I'll try resending that if it hasn't gone through. But I will check that out.
No, it's not in junk.
Okay.
There's a link to the, in the email you sent, there's a link to the online course area.
Yes. But not to the with the downloadable file attached. Okay, I'll look into that and make sure everybody gets their email. Cool. And then once you've finished your drawings for the week, please take a little photo and post them in our group so that I can see what you're doing, cheer you on, give any tips if I notice there's anything that could be helpful for your technique. And all I ask is that whenever we are posting, if you do feel like you want to make a comment on somebody else's work, that it's always constructive. You can leave the advice or, hardcore critiquing to me. But yeah.
Jessica, can we post to that Mighty Networks app?
Yes.
Okay.
Mighty Networks is the place where the Antonelli Art School lives. So that's exactly right. And if you have any questions, shoot me an email or message me in the group. Yes, Susu?
Give me a short, please, definition of what contour is and gesture drawing, just so that I know the difference.
Absolutely. So we're doing blind contour drawing, where you focus on the outlines or the edges of your drawing subject. And you do, it's all about edges. Contour is all about the edges or the outline. And gesture drawing.
Outline.
About the action or the movement.
Are the contour that we're going to be doing, are those all not looking at the paper, or does it say some are looking and some are not?
Great question. Any of the contour drawings ideally are blind. You are not looking at the page, which it's really remarkable. And it blows my mind every time to this day that you really can learn to draw without looking at the page. It seems impossible, but your hand somehow picks up and you will experience it. If you stick with the blind contour drawing, you will be amazed at how you will see improvements where you're actually drawing something that looks kind of realistic. Now, if you really are challenged by that, and if it gets to the point where you're like, I will not sit down and draw if I have to do a stinking blind contour drawing, I'd rather see you sit down and draw. So if it's about whatever it's going to take to get you to show up and do your practice, if you feel like the blind aspect is not working for you. Any other questions before I set you free? Do your drawings.
Jessica, can you hear me? Jessica?
Yes, I hear you. Marjorie.
This is Margie. Can you hear me?
I hear you.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay. So the course is on the Mighty Networks, correct?
Yes.
Okay, but the meetings are going to be on Zoom.
That is correct. And you can use this same link every single time for the next 9 weeks. It's going to be the same Zoom link. So
Okay, can you include that in your email?
Absolutely.
When you send the email out to everyone, could you include the link or the meeting number?
Absolutely.
Okay, great. And next week I'll try a real computer and see what happens.
Sounds good.
Right. If you wait a minute, hang on. I'm going to show you. No, where's my little dogs? Yeah, they're no longer with us. You can't see them. That's right.
Darn it.
Oh, there they are. Yeah.
Oh, those dogs. Aw, that's adorable.
Yeah, those guys. Yeah. Oh well. Okay. Thank you. I'm going to figure out how to do it next week so that it works. But thank you.
All right, thank you. And thank you all so much for coming and for committing to 9 weeks. I really encourage you all to stick with this, and I'm excited to see your posts in the class. So
Have a good week, everyone.
Yeah,
Thank you, Jessica.
And just one other thing, we're choosing our
Bye, everybody.
We're choosing our own contour drawing.
Yes, you can choose your own. And
are we choosing our own contour drawing?
Sure.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Hands are great.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Good night.
Bye.
Jessica,
Yes.
can I ask you a question specific?
Absolutely.
All right, I'm taking the bad boot
Yes,
camp.
I saw your post in there.
Yeah, and so I'm doing these both. Is there contradictory to, or
No way.
how should I work? Should I do them
You
just
know,
both every day?
There may be a little bit of a contradiction in the way that I talk about contour drawing in the Bad Artist Boot Camp. I'm not as strict as I introduce contour drawing here in the 9 weeks with Nicolaides. Since 9 weeks with Nicolaides, or with the natural way to draw, we're trying to really follow exactly what the original instructor taught. So when I teach it in Bad Artist Boot Camp, it's a little bit more like, oh, you don't have to look. But as far as practice, I think, yeah, if you've got the time, that would be.
So where else am I going? So yeah, I have the time. I just didn't know if it was, because I also started the stick figure with
Wow.
and there's too many.
Ew.
I can't
Too
now.
much.
I can't do them all at the same
Sure.
time. So I can at least do this 9 weeks as well as the Bad Artist Boot Camp.
Yes. And
Okay.
this is a commitment. So.
All right, I'm in it. Okay, thank you so much. I really
Thank
appreciate
you.
all you've given us.
So happy
All right.
you're here.
Thank you.